A new report has surfaced, and this is about James Gunn's Superman being slammed as the worst Superman film made today, literally made. Now, this is coming from Jeff Snyder. It's on his recent podcast. He's a guy that when he breaks scoops, they tend to be true most of the time. Now, he is saying that this is a problem for Warner Brothers in many, many ways. Jeff Snyder on a recent episode of the Hot Mic podcast with John Roker, where the two discussed the DCU press event. Jeff Snyder explained that he had recently published a newsletter reporting that he heard good things about Superman. However, after publishing it, he says that he was contacted by his best source, who told him that the film is actually terrible. I got a call. This is quote unquote from Jeff Snyder. He said, I got a call from my best source after the newsletter. He said, great newsletter tonight. You got one thing wrong, and that's about Superman, which I continue to hear is terrible. So this is an issue. Now let's go into details because this is not looking good. Now Jeff Snyder says that he didn't want to go into specifics about the details that has been presented to him, but he insinuated that he knows more. And Jeff Snyder also wasn't happy about how Gunn shut down his Daniel Radcliffe's Clayface information and says that he doesn't think James Gunn is being genuine. Now, this is an issue right now. DC Studios is in turmoil. Let's be real here, because if you look at so many things going on behind the scenes, James Gunn, even in his recent DCU press event, backfired. James Gunn really gave no update about what's happening with Superman and the upcoming projects in the DCU. Literally. And another problem with James Gunn's Superman is that Warner Brothers executives themselves weren't even happy with the trailer, the way the trailer performed. It got very negative receptions, and what the executives that are handling these projects are not happy at all. They don't like the fact that people don't, at least it wasn't even well received. I personally bashed the trailer. I said that the trailer is one of the worst pieces of pile of trash Superman crap I've seen in God knows how long. Like, it was so bad. It's like the 2006 Superman film bad. That film, I really hated that film from the past, and this is following that trend. I don't know why they cast this guy, this David Corenswelt. Now, I'm not a fan of his work. David Corenswelt has no business being Superman. Why they moved away from Henry Cavill is beyond me. Henry Cavill was the perfect Superman. The same with the Batman being played by Ben Affleck. I've always liked these two people as Superman and Batman. I cannot understand why they recast Superman. Henry Cavill was the best Superman of all time. And this is the problem. People are comparing David Corenswell to Henry Cavill. And another problem Warner Brothers executives are facing right now is that it seems like James Gunn is self-inserting himself and his life choices into DCU projects. Now, he's been criticized. If you look at Creatures Commando, the beginning of Creatures Commando, James Gunn himself made it all about himself. He even inserted himself into the opening of Creatures Commando. He even put his dog in Superman. He put his dog in Superman, which is ridiculous. Now, this is a problem because you cannot be self-inserting yourself into projects like this. It makes no sense whatsoever. James Gunn even showed up at an NBA spot and even on the cover of a DC Comics Superman comic book, and he's still making this whole thing about himself, not really about the characters. And he even commented on Matt Reeves' recent Batman, at least the recent Batman sequel. He has spoken about Andy Muschietti, who is supposed to direct Brave and the Bold, although now that's even uncertain. And even this recent press event, James Gunn even stated that Andy Muschietti isn't even involved in the creative process, and while he himself is working with writer to refuse to name that he refused to name, and other studios. Look, it's a problem right now because this guy wants to be the new Kevin Feige of DC. He wants to be the new Kevin Feige, and it's not working out. The whole James Gunn experiment has failed badly. I've never been a fan of James Gunn being ahead. I like his films. Yeah, I think he's a very good director, but him being ahead, I've never really seen that in him. And another thing I have not seen in him again is the whole leadership. When you see a leader, you will know that this guy is a leader. I just don't see that in James Gunn. I just see him as a normal director that handles big projects, and that's it. I really don't see him as a studio head, an executive, or whatever have you. I just don't see that. And you even have Kevin Feige now a problem as at Marvel. He will probably be let go of that position soon enough because the Marvel projects are failing badly at this moment in time. And this is the same path that James Gunn is taking the DCU in. I've always liked Zack Snyder. I've loved Zack Snyder. I liked all his projects. Maybe not all of them, but I still believe his Man of Steel is by far the best Superman film ever made. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is still my best project, in fact, comic book project of all time. I love that film to bits. I can still rewatch it over and over again. Now, I can't say the same for every other crap that has been coming out recently. Batman v Superman wasn't terrible. For me, I still liked that film. It wasn't perfect, but it was still fun. I really enjoyed Batman v Superman. The Justice League wasn't that great for me. I will just be honest. I'm not a big fan of his Justice League, but I still believe Zack Snyder was a better head, at least his own timeline of events in the DC universe was better than whatever crap James Gunn is doing right now. I'm not a fan of James Gunn at all with all the John Cena being Peacemaker, all this stuff I'm just seeing. I could not even finish Peacemaker season one. It was absolute trash. So there were so many nonsense I've seen in the DCU that has turned me off, and I'm not excited about this upcoming Superman, and I think it will fail at the box office. That's my own opinion about the whole situation. So guys, share your thoughts down below on these new reports. Subscribe to the channel, do like our content. I'll see you guys pretty much next time.